I am wiped out. Look at those circles under my eyes. Holy cow. Yeah, I hardly got any sleep last night, and I've been like trekking hard all day. Like, look at that, all the way down there. You see that big white spot on the side of the mountain? Go all the way down to that, and then way down to that bottom valley, and then to the left some. I hiked all the way down there, and then all the way back up here. Literally been like hiking for hours today, and I had like no sleep last night because I was on that stupid night bus or night van all night long. Hiking up here, my leg has been like cramping up. Constantly, so much pain. It hurt bad, and I'm like sweating like a pig. But I made it back up. Yeah, I'm so tired. I haven't slept properly for probably like 4 days, 5 days. So I need to get a proper night's sleep tonight. But that's all I got. Oh, I'm probably gonna set up a time lapse starting now. There was one thing I was just thinking, which is like how I feel so like tired right now and worn out and still jet lagged after like 3 or 4 days after traveling. But like over the last 3 or 4 days, there were like a couple of times where I felt genuinely well rested. I honestly think the way I'm feeling today is more a result of me taking these night buses over and over again and just not doing things right. But I do, on the other hand, I do sort of think it can take 3 or 4 days to totally get acclimated to a place that's like 12 hours difference, which 12 hours difference is just enough to throw you off because it's just the opposite of whatever you had, pretty much. But that's all to say, even if it does take you 3 or 4 days to try to get like totally changed, like over those 3 or 4 days you will have like a couple of times when you feel like rested. But for the most part, like I've just totally screwed myself by doing these night buses and stuff, like dumb. I should have like, well no, I don't know. I'm happy I did it because I'm here and I had a great day today, like honestly. And talking to the... Hi! She just poked me in the back. But no, talking today, learning so much. We talked politics, we talked history, we talked culture, society, Philippines, all around here. Talked a whole bunch of stuff. Really, really cool. But and swimming was awesome, and seeing Batad and seeing this has all been fantastic. Wow. But I'm tired, real tired. Look at the angle. Thank you. Now I'm gonna get some adobo chicken, vegetable rice. All that food for about $3. This little cutie is fanning me with do you want to be on my video?
Maybe.
Do you want to be on my video?
Yes.
Were you just fanning me with that to cool me down? That's so nice. You're so nice.
Yeah, she loves to play with the guests.
Does she?
People here, she don't like.
What up, folks? So here's the deal. It's about 6 a.m. here. I spent the last hour just kind of lunching in my hotel doing some writing. I got in last night at like 5 p.m. and was so tired from the jet lag and the night buses and all the rest. I was so exhausted. I went to bed last night at 5 p.m. Slept all the way until 5 a.m. So I slept like 12 hours. But I've done some writing over the last couple of days, and like I don't think that I think that you guys will basically get all of this, and I've said most of it like while I'm vlogging, and I just kind of like also just wrote it down. But I wanted to just read it too, just so that like I kind of capture everything on the vlog. So I'll just read this. So this is yesterday morning that I'm writing this. Yesterday morning about 6 a.m. and I say, I just had the most incredible travel experience. This is what it's all about. It's now 6:15 a.m. Monday morning. Last night I was in Baguio and I bought a ticket on a van to Banaue, leaving at 9:30 p.m. I bought it at like 4 p.m. It was pouring rain and cold. I was sloshing around the streets in flip-flops, getting soaked, super tired from jet lag and everything else, and I nearly said screw it and got a hotel room again just so I could get a hot shower and some sleep. I didn't and ended up toughing it out. I sat on a bus terminal in Baguio for hours, avoiding the rain and waiting for the van. I talked to a nice Filipino guy who was drinking and having a good time. He showed me how to chew betel nut. They do it a bit differently here than in Myanmar. As soon as I could get on the van, I did. I was the only foreigner on the van. I slept a lot on the trip, but we stopped in the middle of the night at the day and night restaurant. I ate balut for the first time. I got it all on video. Had a nice lady hold the G7X Mark II for me. I also got me learning to chew betel nut on video. The balut was actually really good. I'm not sure if the one I ate hadn't developed as much, but there were no feathers. It tasted like a boiled egg with only a slight difference. It was great. Back onto the van on the Banaue. We arrived here about 3:30 or 4 a.m. We got here and it was pitch black. I learned later the town had lost power from the monsoon rains enhanced by the typhoon. When we got here, everyone was just sitting on the van and looking around like, what the heck is going on? Finally get the courage to ask what is going on, and a nice girl was like, oh, we're waiting for a tricycle. Okay, I guess I'll wait too, I decide. The trike gets here and a few of us pile on and he takes the others to what are presumably their homes. And earlier people asked where I'm staying and I'm like, I don't know, I don't have a hotel reservation. Everyone kind of laughed. So after it's just me and the trike rider, he takes me to no less than 3 different hotels. 2 of them are closed and nobody answered. The 3rd is full. So I'm just like, wow, what am I going to do? The driver then takes me back to the center and says, let's get some coffee and wait for the hotels to open. And I say, okay, because I didn't really have much of an option. He gets a restaurant to open up just for us, and we sit there and drink coffee by the candlelight. This is all on video. He then says, hey, let's go watch the sunrise. I'm like, hell yeah. We get to a good viewing spot, and I set up my GH4 and start the time lapse. It's a beautiful sunrise. We just sit there and talk and drink coffee and watch the sunrise together. He tells me the cockfighting he saw yesterday and how he tried to gamble. He points up the hill at an open-walled building and says that's the arena. He's a really nice guy. A few buses arrived from Manila. Some Europeans got off. After a bit, I stopped the time lapse, which is great, and my friend takes me to the Greenview Lodge, which is where I'm at now, Greenview Lodge. I've just checked in, taken a shower, and refreshed myself. This picture is a view from the hotel. My friend said he was going to give me a 5 or 6 hour tour of the rice terraces out here that are famous, as well as the waterfall. I'm super stoked. He's coming back at 8 a.m. I'm sitting in my room naked, having just taken a shower. It feels so good to be out of clothes and showered after spending an entire day in the rain in Baguio and most of the night on the bus, or van actually. The whole thing went from being somewhat of a sketchy oh shit moment, what am I doing, showing up to a town in North Luzon with nothing going for me, to one of the most genuine, amazing travel experiences. Gosh, the street out here is loud. It reminds me of the time I landed Luang Prabang, Laos at 10 p.m. with no idea what I was going to do. That turned out great as well. At the time I went to Peru with no plans and ended up on a Montagny. I can say for sure that this morning would not have happened had I had reservations at a hotel and had someone from the hotel pick me up from the van. As Anthony Bourdain likes to say, no reservations. Alright, Tuesday, August 1st, 2017, 5 a.m., which was just today, an hour ago, I wrote this. I had such a good morning yesterday, and I didn't think that the day would top it, but it did. Don came back and picked me up at 8 a.m. in his tricycle. It's basically a motorbike with a sidecar. Holy cow. We started the drive to Batad and stopped a few times along the way to talk and take pictures. We get to the end of the road, and he says, we have to hike now. There's road construction going on, not with machines, but with hand-wound cement mixers and other hand tools. They're constructing a road to get to a viewpoint of the rice terraces, which are thousands and thousands of years old, took thousands of years to build, and is in our UNESCO World Heritage Site. There is no road to the terraces or Batad, the village that sits amongst the terraces. It's crazy to me that there are many villages in the Philippines that do not have any road access. You have to hike to get to Batad. They're also in the middle of construction on the trail, make it smooth concrete instead of a dirt path. It really made me feel like I had made it to the frontier because we came to the end of the road and started hiking. In 10 years, you'll be able to drive to a viewpoint of the terraces and we'll be able to take a smooth concrete path to Batad. The weather is beautiful and there's no rain at all. The hike to the village is tough and steep. Don's a great guide. Throughout the day, we talk about everything. History, the Spanish, the Americans, development, the economy, jobs, culture, society, travel, everything. The rice terraces are awe-inspiring and stunning to look at. What a statement of humanity to think thousands of years ago, humans arrived here in these steep mountains and thick jungle in North Luzon and carved out terraces from the side of the mountain and survived. I love stuff like this. I'm so glad I'm here seeing this, rather than at a beach resort in Boracay or Palawan or Cebu. At each vantage point, I pull out my GH4 and start a time-lapse. I'm vlogging the whole time. I show some of the locals some of the time-lapses. They seem amazed as clouds and shadows from clouds move across the rice terraces quickly. Frankly, I'm amazed by it too. I'm excited to get to the waterfall, so we start the trek. We were hiking through extremely steep mountains covered in thick tropical jungle. I'm looking at all the trees and the massive leaves in amazement and trying to grasp the amount of ecological diversity here. We can see far below us a river winding through the jungle and steep mountains. We finally arrive and the view is incredible. It's like the river just shoots out the side of the mountain. The pool at the bottom is beautiful. The plants growing on the side of the cliffs are beautiful. They're soaked in mist. I love waterfalls, I love mountains, I love the tropics, and most of all I love tropical waterfalls and mountains. I love swimming in tropical rivers and mountains. I strip down my underwear and go for a swim, but not before setting up my G7X and my GH4 to take slow motion and handing that to Don Don. The water is cold and refreshing. I go out as far as I can and look up at the waterfall falling down near me in all the mist, and I just think to myself, wow, I'm here in North Luzon in the Philippines, deep in the mountains, accessible only by trekking over 3 or 4 miles up, and I'm swimming beneath this beautiful tropical waterfall. I just try to really be mindful of what I'm doing right now. I'm incredibly lucky to be here. I'm the only one swimming. There are a few others around, but not many. It's not easy to get here. I'm just trying to experience the beauty of it. It's this moment that I'm here for. One of my favorite things in life is swimming beneath tropical waterfalls. It's right up there with tubing the Galton River in July. I'm reminded of the waterfalls I swam in Costa Rica and Laos. I just really can't get enough of it. I get out and then swim again. It's that amazing. I could sit here all day, but we eventually leave. The hike out was not easy at all. I'm now lying in bed the next morning. My legs are very sore. We got to the hotel at about 5 p.m. I took a shower, went to sleep. I slept 12 hours. I really needed it. I feel great now. I honestly don't think the day would top yesterday morning, but it did. Don Don was no small part of that. He's a great guy. I'm now going to try to eat breakfast and then try to catch a van to Sagada. There's another beautiful waterfall there. So, apparently the van to Sagada gets here at 9 a.m. or so, and it's 6 a.m., so I got 3 hours. I'm going to go down to the hotel restaurant just downstairs and try to get some coffee and some breakfast, and I'll bring y'all with. Check out my morning view for breakfast.
You can open the window.
Oh, okay, great. Oh, wow. Fresh air, fresh mountain views, Luzon, baby, Philippines. Alright, I just spent the last like 20 minutes posting to Instagram. Posted a whole bunch of photos to Instagram. Put down 2 cups of coffee already. Put it in order for a hash brown breakfast with Filipino sausage on it, Filipino sausage. So now that I've done that, and now that I'm going to be done with this vlog, I'm going to just sit here and actually just take this in over here and think. I'm not going to vlog anymore. I'm not going to open my phone anymore. I'm just going to drink coffee and look at this video. Incredible. I just got Filipino sausage, 2 fried eggs, hash browns. About to chow down. Alright. I'm about to chow down on this sausage. Oh my gosh. That's so good. It like melts in your mouth. It's so tender. That's like really good sausage. Hash browns. Good, but nothing like hash browns as you think of. I mean, these sausages are incredible. Oh man, that was honestly one of the best breakfasts I've had in a long time. From that plate. Polished it. So good. It's not really like a true Filipino breakfast, but what can I say? I don't really like rice and sweet and sour chicken right now. Couldn't pass up. But there was a Filipino sausage, which is like nothing I've ever had. It just like melts in your mouth and has a really unique taste that I can't really describe it. It doesn't taste like typical American sausage, but it's so good. Okay, so I was actually wondering what the name of the waterfalls was, but I found it. Batad Rice Terraces, and this says Tapia Falls, Banaue, Ifugwa Province, Batad. Tapia Falls. Here's sunrise in Banaue. Hapao Rice Terraces. Never been there. Bangan Rice Terraces. Huh. So so it looks like there's more rice there, so let's go visit. Hopefully if there's another waterfall in Sagada. I've heard that I need to go try to catch the bus to Sagada, or a van to Sagada at 9 a.m. today. It's about 7 a.m., so that's the update. Alright, I finished eating and I came back up here. By the way, I don't know if I ever mentioned it, but this room cost me 900 pesos, which is like $19, something like that. No, $18. Exactly $18 for this room, which compared to the $70 I spent on that room in Baguio is like crazy, you know. I knew that I was getting ripped off, but you know, what do you do when you show up at a place in the middle of the night, it's raining and you're freaking dying? So that's what I did. I was not happy about that, but I realized like the main difference probably is like this room has no TV, it has no air conditioning. It's relatively small, but like it's not that bad. I mean, here's all my stuff kind of spread out. I was trying to get my clothes to dry, but it's just not happening. There's that. I did bring a coffee up to my room. I got my phone. The bathroom, I think you guys have already seen, but anyway, I got a couple hours till the van, so I'm gonna maybe sit here and read my book a little bit, and then shower, get packed up, get checked out. I'm all packed up. For some reason my backpack was like harder to fill this time around. I don't know if it's because my clothes are wet or I've got more stuff in there because I'm not carrying anything on my person because I put my jacket in there. I don't know. My bag is packed. I'm about to go check out and try to catch the 9 a.m. van to Sagada. Feel great. Just took a shower again, like super happy, super feeling amazing. It ended up being 1,270 pesos for breakfast, a bunch of waters, and the room. It was gonna be a 5% charge if I paid with my Visa, so I ended up paying cash, so that's about 20 bucks, 22 bucks. Really good deal. I'm out.